The government says it will reassess the standards for COVID school closures next week. The announcement comes after 128 schools in 14 cities and counties declared partial or full suspensions due to COVID.
Currently, schools are required to switch completely to remote classes for 10 days if 2 students are confirmed with the disease. The health minister says the criteria for closure will be reevaluated with an eye toward minimizing disruptions to education.
A teacher sits in an empty classroom teaching his students through a screen. Last year, schools nationwide went online amid an outbreak of COVID. Now that local cases are rising once more, Taipei Mayor Ko Wen-je wants schools to go back to distance teaching.
We should keep students out of the classroom as much as possible. It's not compulsory, but we encourage schools to switch to online learning if they can do so. We've conducted drills for this scenario for such a long time, so we can bring out that technology again. That way, even if schools close, learning can continue.
The mayor has encouraged schools to go virtual, even if they aren't required to shut down. He said that doing so could preemptively block campus outbreaks. Even before the tomb-sweeping long weekend, many Taipei schools were already preparing for the switch.
We already had a plan at our school. Last Friday, when we heard cases were going up, we launched into action. So this afternoon, we had a discussion about the learning platform on how we would upload our educational resources to the platform for asynchronous learning. We can switch to online distance learning at any time because our teachers are already very comfortable with it.
According to the Ministry of Education, at least 128 schools from the preschool to tertiary levels have announced partial or full closures. The schools are spread across 14 cities and counties.
A family member of a student was confirmed with COVID. In accordance with the current preventative measures, school was suspended for that student's class.
In Hsinchu County, a middle school partially suspended classes after a family member of a student tested positive for COVID. Some say the current standards for canceling classes are too strict.
The rules we have, such as closing schools if there are 2 confirmed cases, etc., we can discuss those rules because closing schools en masse would have a negative impact on children's right to education.
The health minister said the government would review the criteria for school closures next week. With major entrance exams coming up in late April and May, some fear that calling off classes now could thwart students' chances at success.